Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you know what? We're still on that road to 11, and
Absolutely.
it's just getting a little far.
This is 5, actually.
You're on episode 5.
This is
that's really
5.
good.
Almost
Anyways,
halfway there.
welcome back to Little Pink Pod. My name is Ellie.
Hunter,
Lauren.
And Ty.
we should have a bit of a disclaimer. Ty has seemed to lost his voice.
I lost my voice like 3 days ago, and we're steadily recovering.
Yeah, he was at a Cameron Marlowe concert on Saturday.
But the truth is, I lost my voice before the concert started, so I don't really know how that happened.
He's going through it. Long story short.
Yes.
So we may not be hearing much from him today, unfortunately, but he's here in spirit, and that's all that matters.
And
in
also,
visual.
I'm
yeah,
actually,
he
I'm
is
actually
physically here.
Here. I'm not
Yeah, he
just
is
in
here.
spirit.
But yeah, it's been busy for us. We had like fall break, 2 weeks ago now?
Yes.
So we have been struggling to film these, but you know, we're back on the streak.
A streak of one.
A streak of
Actually, 2. We did post an episode last
We did
week.
post.
Oh, we posted an episode. Wait, is this the one? Are we editing this tonight and putting it up tomorrow?
We sure are. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we normally like to do is have we like to have the episode from the previous week, so we can have the week to edit it, and then and then we film the one the week ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. But now
We'll figure it
now
out.
we have nothing to go off of.
No, we got this.
We just have
we'll
this.
figure it out.
And it's okay, because we're on the road to 11.
Road to 11. That's all
Road
that
to 11.
matters.
We also I feel like we always end up editing it like the day of or the day
Yeah, it
before.
doesn't
Yeah.
even matter if we film it a week ahead of time. We still are scrambling to edit. And you know what? That's part of life. And you know what I've been really on lately? We're all just on this big floating ball.
So true.
So it's not that deep.
I was telling Ty the other day, you know what game I love? The game of
Game
life.
of life.
Because it's so real.
It is so
It's
real.
so true. Like the board game, but like also life in general.
You know they have an app, like the Game of Life?
Yes.
But you have to pay for it.
Oh, of course.
It used to
Just
be
like
free.
life.
It used to be free.
Just like
Because I used to have it and I used to play it all the time.
That was so cringy.
Sorry,
Um,
I'm just saying, the game of life. What can I say?
Before we get into this, I have a mini segment.
Go for it.
Shout outs. We're all going to do a shout out.
Shout out.
Could be
Okay.
anything.
What?
Starts with you, Lauren.
What?
All right, fine. I'll start. I was just thinking, shout out to Capri Sun. I haven't had one of these in a long time.
Is it Pacific Cooler?
Yeah, of course it's Pacific.
Not
Pacific
sponsored.
Cooler's goated.
Not sponsored, but Capri Sun, if you want to, we'll drink your free Capri Suns.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
very
shout
true.
out to Capri Sun. I mean, I forgot how good these things were.
They're really good.
Ellie, you're up.
My shout out is to Owala water bottles. I love mine. This is my third Owala, and not because I'm big on consumerism, despite the fact that I am, not purposely. I just keep losing them, and so this is my third one.
Very
And
good.
it
How do
never
you lose
does
water
me wrong.
bottles?
Great question, Ty.
Actually-
I don't know where they go.
I left my Yeti water bottle around campus about 7 times
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. And
And I
it
don't
always
ever-
comes back.
I never lose anything. Like, I lost my keys twice. But, like, I've never, like, grown up losing things. With my water bottle, I just have not been able to keep it in my
We
hand.
should get
But
an
you know what?
answer.
At least it's always came back. too.
I always went and found it. What's his name? Montavious? Yes. Montavious brought it back to me one time.
Very good.
From Einstein.
Shout out.
Shout out
Montavious.
Montavious. Double shout out.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hunter, you're up.
My shout out of the week. I'm gonna go with the weather in Nashville because it's been so nice lately. It's
Too
like
hot.
too hot.
Too hot.
It's
It's
beautiful.
the end of October and it's 70, 80
But that's
degrees.
what I love because back home in Chicago, there's no transition season. It's just hot to cold instantly. Like Nashville, you get October, most of November, and it's just like a nice, calm like transition. I saw some leaves falling off the tree today. Although I think I did say once, I do not like fall. Hot take. Fall
Wait,
is
really? Because I don't either, and
I don't
everyone thinks
either.
I'm crazy.
No, I don't like it.
How
Other
the hell
than the
have we never
weather,
talked about
other
this?
than the weather, I hate the colors, the
Yes.
pumpkins.
Halloween
Me
sucks.
too.
Get it out.
I don't like
Get it out.
Halloween. Like
I'm sorry.
It's
Now-
my least
Yeah,
favorite.
you take me to
Yeah.
the pumpkin patch. You put me on one of them hay
Sometime-
rides.
Yeah, terrible.
let
I
me-
All
hate
the
it.
No,
hay
no.
stuck in
You-
your pants.
You let me
Yes.
go. Yeah, you sit on the hay. It kind of like squeaks around. You get to go pick out a pumpkin. You pick one up and it's like brown on the bottom.
Yeah, gross.
Yes.
Your hands are
But then
gross.
you find a good one and you carry it with you. I mean,
and then the stem snaps off, and then you're all
Literally
messed
the
you
up.
get
only
a
thing-
Rice Krispie treat. From the bakery?
What?
I
Some
think
apple
that's
cider?
just a you thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
just
know.
a you
that's
thing.
not me.
They
I
have-
get the
feel like that could
donuts.
also
they
be
always
a,
have go to the
I feel like a
Gross.
Rice Krispie from the gas station is like a year-round thing, right?
from a gas station. No, homemade Rice
Like the-
Krispies.
yeah.
Oh, did you say from a gas station?
No, he didn't.
bakery.
Gas station was
Oh,
not mentioned.
I
said-
just
At
made
all.
that up in my mind.
I said the bakery. At
No, I get
the pumpkin
the
patch.
apple cider donuts at the
Oh my
pumpkin patch.
God.
Oh
Those
my
are
god,
good.
that's
Those
the
are
only
good.
part of
I'm
fall that
bringing
I
fall
like.
back. Now I'm not a big fan of fall, but I do like that. I do like a good pumpkin patch.
I love the pumpkin
no,
patch.
I'm not a fan.
And unfortunately, we didn't get to go this year.
I don't
We
like
didn't get
it.
to go last
Both
year
of my
either.
sisters work
That
at a
is true.
pumpkin patch.
I lived
well,
another
not
day.
not my one sister. Well, my one sister, sorry, worked at a pumpkin patch, left for college, and then my little sister replaced her at the same spot. Isn't that so cute?
Nepo pumpkin baby.
Nepo pumpkin baby.
Gecko.
Gecko. Yeah,
You
quite
said
literally.
like NECA pumpkin.
Yeah, no, that did not
Gecko.
come out right. What's your shout out?
Shout out to myself and my taser because I had to walk home all alone Friday night and it was
Did you
scary.
use the taser?
I'm
No,
actually
but I kept it.
really confused
kept it
about that.
handy.
I am too.
Guys,
Because
Lauren
I
has-
don't know how she had to walk home when Zach and Jackson were still at the party.
They didn't want to leave.
I'm sorry, Zach was like,
And I already walked. Yeah, they didn't want to leave, and I had already walked out, and it's like embarrassing to go back in.
for reference.
Nobody would
This
have.
You
Friday
probably
was
could get
Ellie's-
over that.
We had Ellie's birthday
No.
party this Friday.
Happy birthday!
I also
Ellie.
just really wanted to go home.
Now speaking of
It was-
that,
it was
though,
great.
Can we?
shout out to our Uber drivers. Spoke no English, and we had a great conversation with them.
We were teaching.
We
them
as in
English.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach is Ty's friend who came and visited this
I
weekend.
had wonderful conversations with them
Yeah,
both times, and that was probably like the highlight of the weekend.
yeah. True. Your highlight was the Uber drivers,
It might be the
Mine was
one, especially the
Saturday
one
night,
back.
but that's
not
another
Ellie's
story.
birthday party as a whole.
Well, I mean that's part of it. You don't have to bring it down on her.
Sorry.
Gosh.
okay.
Sorry, I need to bring it back because Lauren quite literally has a lipstick taser straight out of Despicable Me. I didn't think those were actually
Lipstick
real.
taser!
They are. They are very real. And she whipped that out last year. Like I think it was like probably like one of the first times I met you. I was like, this is so cool.
I didn't know you.
I didn't know you, and she nearly
I gotta
tased
protect
me.
myself somehow.
It's true.
What if
Well,
you were a creep?
Today, the overall topic, we are having another spotlight episode, and it's all about Lauren. So now you know about our lipstick taser. We were gonna do a segment called Pow Wow Chow, but I feel like we kind of covered our recaps through our little shout outs.
Yeah, I guess.
That was
Ty
good, Ty.
stole my segment.
Nope.
Yeah, Ty.
Well, I was
what
gonna
the
say it was a great segment.
you.
I like that.
I did like
segment.
this segment. We
But
can try
we
Pow Wow
can
Chow a
cir-
different time.
We can circle back to it another time.
Yeah. Well, to bring it back to Lauren, we're going to start off with the question one might hear throughout your college experience. Lauren, what's your name, what's your major, and what's your hometown?
Okay, my name is Lauren. For those of
Surprise.
you who don't know, my major, I'm a music business major, and I am from Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. So,
Long Island.
Long Island, New York. That's sick. Love New York, by the way. One of the first things
Yeah.
I personally wanted to ask you, you obviously grew up in quite the busy city. I mean, obviously
But-
not in New York,
yeah.
but like close to it. I mean, it's like the biggest city in the world. And now
I don't think it's the biggest, but I do think they say it's the
well in
greatest.
the country. I
Is
guess.
it Tokyo?
I have no clue.
Or
Maybe like Dubai, or is that a whole
I was
Oh,
gonna
that's-
suggest
Jamie, look this up.
Dubai.
what's
Yeah.
the big city in China?
Tokyo?
Shanghai?
Tokyo's in Japan.
Actually, y'all were hating on Ty's game, but y'all didn't realize he knew what it was. Tokyo, Japan with 37.4.
Wow.
Yeah,
Come on
but
now.
he said in China.
No, I said Tokyo, and then I said, where was
he
it in
said, what's the
China?
one?
Delhi, India.
Ooh.
Third is Shanghai.
Shanghai. That's what you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
I did say Tokyo, and then I was thinking, oh, it could be in
And
China.
Okay, so
Nashville,
the biggest one in the
fourth
country.
biggest in the world.
Yeah.
Or yes, yes.
Anyways, yeah. Ty was correct. Didn't know that. I meant country, basically.
In the
Everyone
yeah.
knows New York. How does it compare to now living in Nashville, a much larger, more busy city? Clearly,
I like how you got louder when you said larger.
larger.
As if, you know.
Sorry, can't
Um,
steal this from you.
Well, I mean, I do live in I live on the suburbs of Long Island,
Yeah.
so I don't, live in the city. But
True.
it's definitely. But I feel like that's kind of what we live in Nashville, but some parts feels like the suburbs, so that's
Yeah.
very similar. But it's very weird. If anyone from Long Island is watching, it's almost like when you go to Jones Beach. You're at like the Jones Beach Amphitheater.
Love Jones Beach.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's just like one of the most like famous-ish beaches in Nassau County, which is not where I live, but you go to the amphitheater, which is where I saw Pitbull, and you can see like the outline of like the New York City skyline, and it's kind of like that living in Nashville, because you can see some of like the buildings, but it's just on it's on a much smaller scale,
Yeah.
but it's also much closer. So it's like,
You and Millie can see the skyline from your apartment, which I'm quite jealous of. It's pretty
yeah, well,
cool.
it's blocked by all the cranes.
It is, but at
So-
least you can see it. We see out into
L.A.
LA, as we call it, but otherwise known as
Ooh, sorry.
the garbage can.
Whoop, whoop.
The
Well,
garbage
no.
truck.
L.A. We're talking about. There's at night. It's like the most lit up area you've ever seen in your life.
It
And we
is.
call it L.A. And it's actually, what is it?
It's Nashville, but it's
No,
like
no, what part? It has a name.
South Nashville. I don't know.
It's somewhere.
Okay,
We'll
Lauren,
get back to you.
we got to get off that. Lauren, I do have a question about New York.
Okay, shoot.
Are there rats everywhere?
In New York City, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not gonna find
do
a
you see
rat
'em?
on Long Island. Yeah. One time I saw one like dragging pizza in Central Park. It was really funny.
That's very
Like a whole ass slice
that's
of
what
pizza.
you think of when you think of New York
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Rats
I
dragging
actually, I
pizza.
will say,
City
I
of
don't
greatness.
really think I've seen any. If I have, then it's been very few in the subways, which is interesting because I feel like that's where you would think they are the most. But I don't really think I've seen any.
I have heard that rats are actually really nice animals. I've heard they're great pets.
Who told you
And
that?
I've never seen them like cause problems.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of leave everyone be,
Okay.
unlike the
I
pigeons.
feel bad for them.
They're
Have you guys
misunderstood.
Have you
They
guys
are.
ever been in a subway?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have too, but only once, and I feel like that's not a common thing.
Rats
No.
in the subway?
Or just the
being-
subway.
The subway?
I was once in a subway in Russia.
If you're
You've been to
Serious?
Russia?
Yes.
For
But
what?
this is not my episode.
Oh, sorry.
So let's circle back around to Lauren. And I would just like to say that I have two things about Lauren's hometown.
okay.
So I got to go home with Lauren for spring break last year. This is important, I swear, because I know this is her episode, but this is important.
no, I'm
I have two takeaways from her hometown
scared.
on Long Island. The first one is that the grocery store they all shop at is called Meat Farms,
Oh,
That's not what
sorry,
I was gonna
what?
That's
which
electric.
I frankly think is kind of weird.
That's electric.
what?
That's electric. I love that. That's hilarious.
Say. It's also funny
I've
because
never heard you say that.
I say that all the time.
he said
No,
it
you
the
don't.
other night and it freaked me out. I was like, "That's
it means
new."
like that's incredible. Like,
Well,
No,
I
we
know
know
what it
what it means. It's like tubular or
yes.
rad.
Oh yeah, or like bonkers. Like I said bonkers the other day, and Hunter acted like I never said that before.
Well,
I
because you
feel like
probably
it's just
have
not
it,
a common
but
term in your vocabulary.
Sorry, back to the meat farm.
Meat farm. That is kind of
multiple
crazy.
meat farms.
Oh,
Brookhaven Estates.
Never heard of
Whatever. Look
We'll
up.
go with
Look at meat farms.
You go look at Dubai on Google Maps and tell us what you find there.
Oh my goodness.
All right, sorry, there we go.
No, you're so
Meat
good.
farms.
So, anyways, they have their most common grocery
No,
store.
is meat?
I will. That's pretty much just in like my town and the
Oh.
neighboring town. It's not even something that's. It's not like Stop and Shop or like Aldi. That's a chain. There's only like 3 on the entire island.
Oh, I didn't
You
know
just
that.
happened. I just happened to be so lucky to live. Yep, right next to one. Jinta's Meat Farms.
And all of her friends worked at it.
Do they only sell meat?
No, it's a normal grocery store.
I mean, shout out to meat farms.
The marketing isn't there then.
Okay, I have one
Yeah, I
other
know.
thing that I took away from Lauren's hometown, and it is that there are a lot of serial killers on Long Island.
Oh.
And you know how I know that? Well, I guess I wouldn't say serial killers. I
Yeah.
would just like blanket statement say murderers.
Yeah.
And the way I found out is we would drive around her hometown, and she would point at like random landmarks and be like, I saw a dead body there once. And then like someone over there would be like, yeah, that was the Long Island serial killer's house.
Oh.
And then I'd go over here and she'd be like, yeah, there were a couple of body parts found in these woods. And I just was caught so off guard by the sheer amount of murders that take place in her
Sounds
hometown.
like a great place.
Okay. Once you mentioned that, I was like, I guess that's not normal, but if you think about it, because I, like, did some research, because I was like, is this actually, like, are we actually crazy? But Long Island has, I believe, about 8 million people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people.
So it's a lot of people on a small island. And if you think about, like, Ohio, it's probably more spread out.
That is
so
true.
Gotta think, over 8
God.
million people on that island.
And you
so,
can't escape.
yes,
escape
that's
those murderers.
not true.
Where are
But
you gonna go? The ocean?
I don't know. It was just really wild because she just kept talking about the dead people and the body parts.
I would also like to mention
I'd be
this
scared.
was kind of right when Rex Heuermann, the alleged Long Island serial killer, was put on trial. So it was
Yeah.
all over the news, and it was like fresh in my brain. I had just watched like the docu-series and stuff
That's
like that.
scary.
So it was fresh in my. I love it. I find it so interesting.
I think it's so interesting.
It's,
I also
I'm
think
not
it's so
even that big of
interesting.
like a true crime
I
girly,
love
but like
Criminal Minds.
Like
Long Island serial killer. I'm so
It just
intrigued.
makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, ooh.
Well, then we could go to. I mean, I'm pretty much done with this conversation. We could go to the next thing if you're uncomfortable. If
No,
you're
I'm-
uncomfortable,
We're done
No,
with
no,
this.
not
I don't wanna
this.
make you
I mean, like,
uncomfortable.
watching
Cut.
like true crime things make me uncomfortable. Not this conversation
Oh.
about serial killers.
you said it
I
like
am
it-
uncomfortable.
what?
Please.
No,
Let's
I
no, no,
didn't-
no. I don't care about that. I mean, like those like millennial moms who are just like, oh, just love me a true crime podcast. Like, fall asleep to like a murder like story. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry, but that's wild.
Yeah, I agree because I would actually get so scared and
Like,
not
they
sleep.
could be interesting. But
I think definitely
me
interesting.
is
I
just
think
like,
you
ooh.
listening to it to fall asleep.
yeah,
How do you not wake up in the middle of the night like screaming?
freaky.
I've never tried one. Never listened to one.
Lucky for us, I don't think Nashville has as many murders as Long Island does.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Don't
Yeah,
jinx
I was
it.
gonna say.
So true. To bring it back home to Nashville, what's some of your favorite things you've done here? Which I know is a hard question because we've done a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the obvious would be like the CMAs because that's definitely a unique experience and that was really cool, which we've talked about.
True.
This may be weird, but I actually went boot shopping when I, got here this year when, moving in because
Did
I
you get a
didn't
pair?
I didn't do that last year or anything. And that was fun. I'd never done that before. I didn't have like a pair of real cowboy boots. And I really like the ones I got. So that was actually fun. I know
Love.
that's kind of like a touristy thing, but
No, but you gotta have boots
Yeah.
living in Nash.
yeah.
Before I moved, I was like, I'm not caving and buying boots.
Really?
And then I did.
Funnily enough, I don't know if you remember this, Ellie, but there's literally a Go West and there's a boot barn too, but there's a Go West that I could walk to from my house.
In Long Island?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I did
cool.
not
So
remember that.
I was gonna they had really hot pink corral boots.
On brand.
Yeah, and I wanted them.
So, obviously, as we all know by now, we go to Belmont. How did you find Belmont? I know we've all had our own little personal
Yeah.
stories of how we found.
Mine
Belmont.
is, I guess, I was gonna say it's funny. It's probably not that funny, but my Nana sent it to me. Shout out Nana, love you. My thing is Belmont is a Christ-centered school, so I had really thought it was like a Christian school. I'm not huge into religion. I'm not an extremely religious person, so I was like, I don't really think I want to go to a Christian school. I don't really think that would apply to me. So I was like, no, even though I knew it was in Nashville and that was cool, but originally I really wanted to go to LA. I also don't like country music, so I was like, why would I go? I was like, why,
Ty's offended.
I'm gonna, it was basically Nana loves country music and she loves the Lord. So it's like,
Nana seems like a great
It
girl.
was like Nana's perfect school, and I was like, well, Nana, I don't know if it's for me. And I did actually tour this.
Sorry, I
Quick
totally
lighting
blinds.
change
It's
here.
really dark in here.
Oh wow, that sunset's beautiful.
It's the sunset's gorgeous. Sorry, but I like was not sure if I wanted to go to Belmont at all, but you know, being in Music City would be really cool. And I toured Belmont, and I really did fall in love with it. Like it's so gorgeous, and I mean, the tour was kind of weird. The like person supposed to be touring us like was out that day, so it was like someone's secretary, and she kind of just ran us around. So that was kind of weird, but it's so beautiful. And also, I did not get into UCLA, which is where I originally wanted to go, because UC schools are notoriously difficult to get into.
Yeah, they have like what, like a 4%.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
smart, but I'm not that smart.
Yeah.
So my next best thing was Nashville.
Love.
So Lauren, would you go that far to UCLA?
I don't know, honestly. I think I would, but it's definitely being here because I'm already so far from home. Definitely a bit more of like a hardship. Like I don't know if I'd like jump at the chance,
Yeah.
but I think I would. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's far. That's your main. For you, that's the complete opposite side of the country.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but I think I would still do it. I think it would be a good opportunity.
Yeah.
I think I would still do
That's
it.
cool. I think it's funny you bring up your tour experience because this is just like a little side story. My friend from high school also toured Belmont, and she was like, I mean, I obviously was planning on going here. I was like, oh my God, like apply, like just whatever, like see how it goes. And she's like, I came to Belmont, and during the tour, they broke out in a flash mob. And
Oh
she-
no!
What?
Yeah.
I would actually cry.
She was like, I was scared.
Maybe
and I was
I
like,
like.
you know what? That's fair, because that did not happen on my tour. I kind of
No,
wish
yeah.
it did, but
I've never heard about that. I'm
I
gonna ask
haven't
my
either.
friends in a minute.
Yeah.
Please do, cause what?
Fire.
I know. I'm like, was this just like a one time? Like,
I'm sorry if that
orientation
happened
thing?
to me. I don't know if I.
I'd be a
I
little
don't
like,
know.
okay.
Yeah.
Very on brand for Belmont, though, to be honest. I
Honestly,
feel.
yeah.
But like, fair, love it.
Wow.
I would like to acknowledge Lauren and how she is carrying these social medias.
She is carrying all of our social media platforms.
She is. She runs our TikTok, our Instagram,
Our Twitter. I'm just kidding. We don't have
Yeah, we don't have
We
a
do need
Twitter.
that.
I don't know if you guys want my Twitter thoughts for the pod.
and she uploads to YouTube too.
Terrifying.
She runs it all, and she's doing great.
As
kills
well
it
as
every
my
time.
YouTube.
As well
Yes,
as
she
you.
has her
Shameless
own.
plug.
That is true.
What's the
Just Lil Longo.
Lil
All of my
Longo.
stuff is Lil Longo.
amazing? Go subscribe, Lil Longo. But yeah, she's carrying the social medias. I will like go on my TikTok and I'll see a little pink pod thing, and it always hits. So go follow Lil Pink Pod on the
Yes,
TikTok,
guys,
especially if you
please do.
haven't.
So funny.
Sometimes it's really hard to come up with good ideas. So
Yeah.
But
please.
she's really good at
Very
it.
good.
She has a
I'm
knack.
So
Thanks,
bad at like
guys.
coming up with stuff. Like do you just how do you even do that?
Well, I think just it doesn't even matter like which TikTok I'm on, because I think I get kind of like different trends on like my personal TikTok versus the pod TikTok, so I'm able to kind of like get just a bunch of the
That's
trending
fair. Yeah,
things,
yeah.
no matter like what side of TikTok you're on, and then I'll just like send it to the pod so that I like have the sound if I like think of an idea. Or a lot of the TikToks on the pod TikTok account that I get on the For You page is like, ooh, this sounds trending, use it to get more followers, and I do that
Yeah.
because I'm like,
That's what you gotta do.
okay, it's
You-
trending.
yeah.
So
Some people just have the mind for that.
yeah, just
Not
literally
me.
anything. I'm like, how can I relate
Yeah,
this to the pod?
You're on it.
And it works.
I love
Thank
it.
God. And it's dead.
So, for the viewers, the camera has died. So enjoy this photo of whatever it may be. Perhaps a slideshow. Perhaps if we get really crazy.
Can I make an edit?
Please, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay,
Lauren-
hit us with the final question, Millie.
So Lauren likes these crazy weird questions about like birds and stuff or just anything that doesn't make sense. So
Damn.
I found if you could train your pet falcon to steal one dessert for the rest of your life, what dessert would it be?
Give me
Good one.
milk, chocolate, covered strawberries, baby. Line
Dude,
them.
that's what I was
Line
gonna
them
say.
up. And I'm gonna eat every single one of them.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Quick little story.
Quick.
It was my cousin. I don't know if she's actually my cousin, but like, I called her my cousin. I don't know. She could be like my mom's cousin. I don't know. Doesn't matter. She was getting married, right? And it was a great wedding. We're in Louisville, Kentucky. It's a great time. We're at the reception. This beautiful wedding cake, and on not the top layer, but the second to top layer, are chocolate covered strawberries around the rim.
Yeah.
I'm looking there. I'm like 8 years old. You think you see where this is going, don't you? But it's not.
I have no idea where this
I
is
walk
going.
over there with my grandma, and guess what? She plucks them off the wedding cake and gives them to me, and I eat the strawberries
Did they like notice?
I don't
before
win.
they cut the cake.
Was your cousin mad?
And you don't even know if this is your
no,
cousin?
she was not mad actually at all.
Thank God.
But that's when
I'm
I
not
fell
gonna
in love with
lie.
chocolate covered strawberries.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was the bride, I think I'd be pissed.
I didn't steal them. I just ate them.
I know, but
Wait, so you have the same?
On to Ellie.
You have the same dessert?
I have the same dessert. I love chocolate covered strawberries. I think they're my favorite thing. I don't get to have them very often, but when I do, it's the best day of my entire life.
yeah, that's so true.
I guess my grandma would be the falcon in this story. Because she stole them off the cake.
Guys, I think we need a picture of a falcon on the screen.
Yeah.
Or my grandma.
That's a good point. I mean, she kind of did.
Can we Photoshop
Ty's
Ty's grandma's
as a
face
falcon.
on
Shout out Carol Ann.
Carol Ann.
Yes, Caroline.
All right, Hunter, what's yours?
Mm, guys, I don't know. I'd probably just go like Chips Ahoy cookies. TBH.
No way.
Seriously?
That's a rank.
I'm
I don't know
I'm
what that
not
means,
crazy
but
about,
I
like,
No,
dessert.
like I love a good Chips Ahoy, but if I had a falcon that could steal me any dessert
don't
whenever
love
I
desserts.
want, it would not.
I
Yeah.
could eat a whole pack of Chips Ahoy alone. Sorry, I can't.
Oreos are better than Chips Ahoy.
Oh, I have.
What would you?
That's
I think
sad.
I'm in between two. I think. My
Graham
mom
crackers.
makes these amazing sugar cookies, and then like with frosting on them, and they're so good.
That sounds delicious.
They're
does sound good.
so good. But she also makes really good Irish soda bread cookies. It's like that
That's good.
around like the springtime, and then the sugar cookies around Christmas time. That's like usually. So I don't know which one I'd go with. I'm just gonna say
You
like
gotta pick.
Depends on the season.
Mumsy's cookies.
Mom's
That's what I
cookies.
would've gone
Is
with.
that
You know what? This
good?
made
Like
me
general.
change my answer to my Nana's monster cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that,
you have that all the time.
Yeah.
I'd like to say thank you, Lauren, for sharing with
Lauren,
us.
it's been great.
It's been a pleasure, and we will see you all next week. Little Pink Mike,
Yeah.
Little Pink Pod.
Little Pink
Pod.
Pod out.